Travel disruptions across the country are mounting, with more than 3,000 flights canceled for Friday. Some of those are due to another winter storm in the Northwest. That comes after roughly 2,600 flights were canceled Thursday. To climb as Winter Storm Elliot's wind and snow spread east. Over 200,000 customers across New England were without power Friday morning. 45,000 customers were reported to be without power in New York, where conditions around the Great Lakes are deteriorating.
Biggest storm threat ever, affecting millions of people without power right now. So if you guys haven't prepped by now, this is a big eye-opener. We're talking about the biggest winter storm that most people have ever experienced in their lifetime.
A monster winter storm, ominously called a bomb cyclone, is blasting large parts of the U.S., leaving millions of Americans facing record low and life-threatening temperatures and triggering travel havoc at one of the busiest times of the year.
Hey guys, and you absolutely feel it. And I'll say this, if it's one thing about the people here in Minnesota when it comes to winter, they're pretty tough. But when you walk outside, this is the kind of weather that just humbles you. You walk outside and it just punches you in the face. As you just mentioned, it's currently negative 11 degrees, but when you factor in that wind chill, it feels more like negative 33 degrees. And there are some areas here in the Twin Cities that will feel more like negative 40 degrees today.
As I said, millions of people in the United States without power right now, with insanely low temperatures. Wind chill factors bringing the temperature so low that you could get frostbite within 5 minutes. All over the United States, multiple states experiencing power outages. I sure hope people prepared for this, or before long the news headings will be about people freezing fatally. I'm going to give you up-to-date power outage locations. I'll even show you a map on which counties those are. And a little insight on what to expect next. And some life-saving tips for winter power outages, extreme winter conditions like this, coming up next. Welcome back to all of our subscribers, and thanks for watching our videos. If you're brand new here, like news that affects you, prepping tips, emergency preparedness, how-tos weekly, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. So like I said, guys, on the power outage map, it shows millions of people out of power this morning, with many places expecting record snow levels and low temperatures, as many of you have already experienced. Some of these wind chills are frightening low. Some of you guys didn't know, with some of these low temperatures, you could get frostbite in your fingers within 5 minutes. So you need to be careful out there. You guys might consider your pets. If they're outside pets, this is definitely a time you want to bring them in to warm them up. And if you have dogs and you happen to see them licking their paws, that is a sign that you need to probably bring them inside. So what the Weather Channel is calling this is a potential pre-Christmas bomb cyclone that could bring blizzard conditions in the Midwest, high winds in the east. So one of the biggest threats with this storm is the wind. The wind is one of the biggest threats. Quick, let's look at what we're going to be expecting with some of those winds. As you can see, the winds are not going to let up. We're going to be seeing winds all over the nation, especially around the Great Lakes area. They're going to get the worst of the winds, all the way down to negative 75. That is scary cold, guys. And how about the snowfall? Watertown, Buffalo, 2 feet plus, up to around 18 inches around Lake Erie. And as you move to the East Coast, around Bangor, Portland, Boston, New York, flood warnings, lots of rain, lots of freezing rain. So as you can see, this storm is not going to let up. It's going to go well into Saturday and into Sunday. As some of the precipitation may let up by Sunday, we're still going to see the crazy Arctic winds, which will create snow drifts, blowing snow, and very threatening cold conditions. So let's check out this current map of power outages. And right after that, I'm going to give you guys some winter storm tips, and also address the question, where might this storm be coming from? Were we warned about this by the White House, that they were pushing for cooling the earth? Yeah, I'll remind you about that too. Okay, so I've been following this since I got up this morning. I actually put out a short earlier on the power outages. Things are getting worse by the hour. So let's go over some of these hot spots. Currently, Texas is getting worse. Texas right now have customers out reaching 56,910. This is a map of all the counties in Texas. Remember, guys, you guys can check this out for yourself at poweroutage.us. Oregon popped in later in the morning this morning. I saw it disappear. They must have taken care of it, but it's back on the radar again with power outages. They are currently experiencing about 12,548, and that is in Clatsop County. Alaska is another one that just recently popped up. They are experiencing 17,439 customers out of power, and that's looking like it's in Matanuska County and also in Anchorage. Washington has nearly 20,000 people out of power. Most of that is in Skagit County, Snohomish County, and Kitsap County, Yakima County, Clallam County. Arkansas has 10,483 customers without power. Louisiana, 13,444 customers without power. Hotspots being Tensas County and Red River County. Okay, so let's get to a couple of these red states. We're talking about over 100,000 people without power in these blizzard conditions. Maine is coming in at 156,732 customers without power. Check out this map. They are lit up like a Christmas tree. Another major one is New York with 115,292 customers without power currently. We've got Virginia with 144,452 people without power. Another one lit up like a Christmas tree. Man, I sure hope you guys have your preparations in order. Another hot one is North Carolina with 163,876 customers without power. We got New Hampshire at nearly 57,000 customers without power. Vermont at 60,000 customers. Connecticut, 67,000. Rhode Island's got about 5,000 people without power. Massachusetts, nearly 40,000 people without power. Pennsylvania, nearly 100,000 people without power. Ohio, nearly 65,000 folks without power. West Virginia, 23,000. Kentucky, 10,000. Tennessee, nearly 100,000 people without power. South Carolina at 20,000 people. Georgia, 24,000 people. Louisiana coming in at almost 14,000. Arkansas, nearly 11,000. We've got Michigan coming in at about 21,000. This is real life. Well over 1 million people without power in some of the coldest conditions they've ever experienced. And if you think about it, that's just residents that are out of power. How many people are actually within the household? So the person count would be even higher than that. I'm guessing 4 million warm bodies not experiencing power right now. So we've all heard about global warming, geoengineering weather. Is it true? I can't make any claims on here. But do you remember? Back in October, CNBC News put out an article, White House is pushing ahead research to cool the earth by reflecting back the sunlight. And we've had President Biden tell us that it's going to be a cold winter.
Truthfully, we remain in a very dark winter.
The key points of this story: the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy coordinating a 5-year research plan to study ways to modify the amount of sunlight that reaches the earth in order to temporarily temper the effects of global warming. And also, there are several kinds of sunlight reflection technology being considered, including stratospheric aerosol injection, marine cloud brightening, and cirrus cloud thinning. Also, stratospheric aerosol injection involves spraying an aerosol like sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere, and because it has potential to affect the entire globe, often gets the most attention. Also, while arguments of moral hazard have handicapped research efforts, the idea is getting more urgent attention in the worsening climate crisis. Now, a lot of people refer to it as cloud seeding, and a lot of people have posted many pictures of this in effect, pictures of the sky.
Generated by the engine. It's just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. Someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. It's raining! That's unbelievable!
that, I'll leave a link to that story down in the description below. I personally can't get too involved in this topic yet, as it's kind of heavily guarded, probably because it is already in full effect. So with that, if that's the case, how you think they're doing freezing out America? Some might say they're taking it way too far. With millions of people already out of power, these power grids can't handle this type of pressure. And how about the over 1 million people that are experiencing a power outage right now and probably trying to stay warm? Let me know carefully down in the comments below what you guys think's going on. I'll also leave links to a lot of helpful videos on emergency heat. And if you're planning on going anywhere in the winter, be sure to watch this video that's going to be right up here in the corner of the screen so that you can make sure you have everything in your car you need to keep you safe in these extreme winter conditions. Please share this video out, like it if you liked it. As more stuff comes in, I will be sure to get it out to you along with helpful emergency preparedness videos. Stay safe out there, guys. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you on the next one.